Hey everyone, this is Terry with homeschoolgardens.com. Today I am checking in on my urban worm bag. I set it up about a week and a half ago and I emptied 3 trays from a Worm Factory 360 to get this started. And then about a week ago I fed it for the first time. So let's check in to see how things are going. So I did open it up a few days ago to show my mom who was visiting. And let's see. I put some dry shredded paper on top for bedding and I can see that it is soaked through a little bit. The top part is a little bit wet, which is okay. I like adding the dry bedding on top so that it can soak up any excess moisture. So this corner here is where I fed it last. I can usually tell because I have these paper things are paper cardboard, paper eggshells, egg cartons. And there's some little baby worms on there. So, look at that. We have lots of worms hanging out right where I had the food. And there's a big guy right there on my pinky. So they look happy, lots of activity, lots of worms. Oh, there you go. So that's where I fed it. Let's just look over here to see if we have any worms or what we have going on here. Not too many. I don't see. They may all be hanging, oh, there's some. They may all be hanging out with the food. Now I fed, a week ago I fed 1.5 pounds. Now I mix in dry bedding with the food when I feed it. You always want to have err on too much bedding instead of too much food. And so I go by volume, kind of aim for half food, half dry bedding. And so I do weigh it, and so it ends up to be about 2 ounces of dry bedding, and the rest of the balance up to 1.5 pounds of vegetable kitchen scraps. So I'm not seeing many worms down there. They may all be over with the food. So I'm going to cover that part back up, and where I'm going to feed now, that was where I fed the first time. I'm going to feed in this corner now, and I have another 1.5 pounds of food. Same thing I did a week ago. And I like to feed in little pockets. So that was the first time I fed. Now I'm going to feed over here. And then I'll feed in this corner and that corner. And I'll just rotate around in each feeding. So let me clear out some of this. So what I like to do is I clear it out to where there's no bedding. And then I just sprinkle another dry layer on top. And it gradually gets mixed in. And then let me grab my food. And here we have red bell peppers. I see some mushrooms, some carrots. The white stuff on top is shredded eggshell. The paper things are the paper egg cartons that I tear up. I do like to see some of those still dry. I freeze my food first and then I thaw it to help kill any bugs, fruit fly eggs and such. And so when I thaw it, it does release some moisture, and that's the paper soaks that up. And I still like to see a little bit of dry paper in there. So if after it's done thawing, it's just sopping wet, then I'll add some more paper eggshell cartons. So here, let me dump this in. There we go. And the white stuff in there is shredded eggshells. So, and I cover that up. And I'm going to add another layer of dry bedding. This time I have shredded cardboard. I haven't used finely shredded cardboard yet because I didn't have a paper shredder that would handle it. So I just found a used paper shredder that will do cardboard, except I forgot to ask if it was a cross-cut shredder, and it is not. So, but this will work for now, and I'll still keep my eye out for a true cross-cut shredder that will do cardboard. And I'll lay that in there, and over time that'll get mixed in as food gets layered over it. So there you go. This is a week and a half since I set it up, and 1 week since I did the first feeding of my new urban worm bag, and everything looks to be going well. So I will check in another week and see how things are going. Thanks for watching.